Ben is Back is the story of a young man who returns home unexpectedly on Christmas Eve to his family. We learn he's 77 days clean, that he wasn't supposed to come home because of all the triggers that might cause him to fall off his new path of health. And but he's greeted by his mother and his sister and his half brother and sister and his stepfather. This past spring, a year ago, I just quit all my other projects and gifted myself a window of time to write something urgent and necessary, and this is what I wrote. Part that made it hard at times for me, I secretly feared I would fail him. Lucas had such a rich inner life. He'd done such deep preparatory work. There were days when I actually forgot he was my son. And then there were moments when it would hit me hard. What went right was, I think the movie's exquisitely cast. I hired an editor who'd never really cut a film of this size. That was a super smart move because he's a star. What went wrong? I'm still figuring that out. I really think filmmaking comes down to this. It comes down to you put your best effort on the page, and then we come together and we're given whatever time we are to shoot a particular scene. But what you do in that period of time that you're blessed to have, you do the best you can. And the movie is what we were able to put together at this point in our lives. A hero for me is a person who's met themselves in a very hard way, in a way that you almost can't recover from, and they recover. My mother's a perfect example. I mean, she made choices in her life that are, I don't think she could live with. She made them when she was under the influence of alcohol. She walked out on her family. She tried to go through rehab a third time, and that third time worked. And then she spent 22 years of her life, the last 22 years, every day, all she did was try to help other people. So she would be a hero to me. Philip Seymour Hoffman was a hero of mine. He's one of the reasons I made this movie. He made me want to be a better artist. You know, so sometimes heroes don't make it. So there was something heroic about the way he worked and the way he lived and loved. There's a movie called Along Came Polly. There's a scene where Philip Seymour Hoffman is playing basketball with Sasquatch, this guy who's very hairy. And Philip Seymour Hoffman keeps throwing the ball up and saying, "Let it rain," and he's a horrible basketball player. I can watch that scene it's a 3 or 4 minute scene, and I laugh till I cry. I mean, there are many moments. There's a moment in Harold and Maude. There are 2 moments in This Is Spinal Tap. In 4 Weddings and a Funeral, I could watch Tootsie or Jerry Maguire or The Graduate, but that's just these are all masterpieces. Most anything by Stanley Kubrick. Shining, is that the one in the hotel?
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that. Why I love coming to film festivals, why I love coming to Denver, because I've come now twice, is that I come from the theater, and you're taught every day by your audience. Audiences are there because they love film, they're smart, they're passionate, and they will tell you what they think. So I think it's, you feel a part of your audience, but also you get energized by the other filmmakers and certainly the audiences, and most especially the young people. That's my favorite part.